Hello students, good morning all of you. This is Prasad and you are watching Prasad Physics Tuts. So all those days you are supporting me with my classes. So today it is the first video lecture of mine. So please support me. I need your support to make good videos. So today our session will be starts with the chapter name is vectors. So here we need to express, so if we have to understand the motion of the particle in a straight line, we have to require the displacement, position, velocity and acceleration. These type of physical components are required to study about the particle which is in the straight line. But here, if a particle is moving in the plane and also if a particle is moving in the space, then we need to require study about the vectors. So the necessity to study about the vectors is to study about the particles which are moving in the two-dimensional and which are moving in the three-dimensional. If a particle is moving in plane, that contains two dimensions. If the same particle is moving in the space, it contains three dimensions. So here we need to require to study about the vectors, to study the motion of the particle which is in the two dimension and three dimensions. All the measurable quantities are having the physical quantities. All the measurable physical quantities are called physical quantities. So here the physical quantities mainly separated into two types, that is scalar quantities and vector quantities. So here the physical quantities are separated into scalars and vectors. So coming to the scalars, scalars doesn't have the direction. Scalars doesn't have the direction. And coming to the vectors, it can having the direction. So what is the main difference between scalars and vectors? So here the main difference between scalars and vectors is direction. So scalars cannot having the direction, vectors having the direction. The common point which can be having both scalars and vectors, it is magnitude. So magnitude is the common point which having scalars and vectors. So coming to the statement, for the scalar quantity, a physical quantity which can having only the magnitude but doesn't having direction is called scalar. Example, it is time, mass, length, volume, work, energy. So these type of physical quantities are cannot having the direction, only the magnitude. So that is the scalars. And coming to the vectors, the examples are, whereas displacement, force, distance, momentum. So these type of physical quantities are called vector quantities. So it can having both magnitude and directions. So here coming to the representation or to describe the scalar quantities, what type of physical requirements are needed to express the scalars? To describe scalars. To describe scalar. So to describe the scalar quantity, we need to require the specific unit. So first one, it is the specific unit of the quantity. Specific unit of the quantity. Specific unit of the quantity. And second one, it is the number of times of unit. Number of times of unit contains the quantity. Contains in the quantity. So these two are required to describe the scalar quantity. So first one, it is the specific unit of the quantity, and the second one requires to describe the scalar, that is number of times of unit contains in the quantity. For example, if a bag having 100 kg of sugar. So here 100 is the quantity, 100 is the quantity, and kg is the specific unit of mass. So 100 is the quantity of the sugar and kg it is the specific unit of the mass. So this is the scalar quantity. So coming to the vector, how we can describe vector? So to describe the vectors, there is required, first one it is the specific unit of quantity. Specific unit of quantity. And coming to the second one, so here number of times of quantity of unit contained in the quantity. And the third one, which is not having in scalar, that is orientation of the physical quantity. Orientation of the physical quantity. So that is nothing but direction. So orientation, it is nothing but direction. So here, to describe the vector, there are three requirements are needed. First one, it is the specific unit of the quantity. Second one, it is the number of times of unit contained in the quantity. And third one, it is the orientation of the physical quantity. Orientation, it will not be required to express the scalars. It will be required to express the vector. So what is the example here? An aeroplane flies from east to west with 50 meters per second, east to west with 50 meters per second. So here east to west is the direction, 50 is the magnitude. So the number of times unit contained in the, it is the number of times, and a meter per second, it is the unit of the specific quantity. So this is the requirements to describe the vectors. Now we have to describe the representation of the vectors. So to show the vector, we need to express in this symbol. So in this symbol, so this is the symbol of vector. Symbol of vector. So here the straight line should be shows the length of the vector, that is the magnitude, and here the arrow symbol shows the direction of the vector. Direction. So this is the symbol of the vector. And coming to the types of the vector. So there are so many types of vectors are there. So vectors are divided into so many types, that is types of vectors. Types of vectors. First one, it is the equal vectors. Equal vectors. If two vectors are having the same direction, if two vectors are having the same direction, are called equal vectors. And the second one, it is the like vectors. Like vectors. So these are called parallel vectors. And the third one, it is the unlike vectors. This is anti-parallel vectors. Anti-parallel. And the fourth one, it is the collinear vectors. Collinear vectors. And the fifth one, it is the coaxial vectors. And Sixth one, it is the unit vectors. And the seventh one, it is the null vector. So that is zero vector. Null vector or zero vector. So these are all the types of vectors. So we need to study. So coming to the unlike vectors. Like vectors and unlike vectors. So here, if two vectors are in the same direction, if their magnitudes are different, so that is the like vectors. So here, so this is the vector, and this is the another vector, and this is the another. This is A, and this is the B, and this is C. So here these three vectors are having the same direction, but still their magnitudes are different. Here these can be called parallel vectors. So here we need to remember, so these three vectors can be shows the same physical quantity. So that is the main point we have to remember. So coming to the anti-parallel vector or unlike vectors. If two vectors or two or more vectors are having different direction, if two or more vectors are having the different directions and parallel to each, that is anti-parallel vectors. So here also remember, these two vectors contains the same physical quantity. So that is the anti-parallel vector. So coming to the collinear vector, if all the vectors are passing through the one straight line, so if all the vectors are passing through the one straight line, so this is the straight line, so here there is a vector, and this is the straight line, here there is a vector, and here there is a vector. These three vectors are having the same line. So this is called collinear vector. So coaxial vectors. What is coaxial vectors? All the vectors are starting from the same point. All the vectors are starting from the same point. So that is the coaxial vectors. So here unit vector. Coming to the unit vector, if the magnitude of the vector is equal to 1. So what is the magnitude of the vector? If A is the vector, the modulus of vector A, it is equal to 1. Then it can be shows the unit vector. And coming to the null vector, so the magnitude of the vector A, it is equal to 0. Then that is called zero vector or null vector. So is it possible to having the zero magnitude and it can be called as vector? Think once. Yes, it is possible. For suppose the motion of the train, the speed of the train at rest position. At rest position it has no speed, the magnitude it is 0. So then it can be having the null vector. It is the null vector, example of the null vector. So here these are all the types of vectors we need to study. So vectors are required to study about the two-dimensional motion particles and to describe about the three-dimensional motion particles. So this is our first video lecture. So please subscribe and please support me, and upcoming we need to explain all those about these vectors, vector addition, vector scalars, and we have to express various principles behind the vectors. Thank you.